Hello, everyone. As we enter 2025, I've heard from so many of my clients over the last few weeks, and one question that seems to pop up on a very consistent basis is that a client will say to me they want to receive financial freedom, they want to receive wealth, they want to receive that financial status that will help them move forward in their life and that will benefit their families, friends, and the employees that they have within their businesses. And a lot of them want to create that entrepreneurial spirit and create something really, really special going into 2025. And I was following a lot of, there's a lot of people I should say I follow on YouTube, but one particular man in particular, he's a gentleman called Myron Golden from Florida in the US. And he had a statement in one of his videos recently, and he said that, I've written down here, poor people think the primary purpose to make money is to pay their bills. He said they only seek to make money to pay bills. Now, in my opinion, poverty is no embarrassment, but it's a terrible inconvenience. And you see somebody that, truly wants to live a particular way of life, that truly wants to move forward. But it's sad to see them bound by the shackles, bound by the chains that are holding them back because of a poverty mindset. And a poverty mindset is incredibly dangerous because what it does, it allows you to be thinking of your salaries coming in monthly or your salaries coming in weekly or whatever way it comes, but you're thinking of all the things that you're going to spend your salary on. And it's already spent before you've received it. And it really is a poverty mindset. And the problem is that in life, we're going to be thrown a lot of obstacles. But with a poverty mindset, you start to lie in the comfort zone, you start to procrastinate, and you don't move forward. And to move forward, you need to bring around that change. And that comfort zone is a complete and utter death trap. So it's a shift in mindset that's required. And you won't get that shift in mindset if you're hanging around with the guy that says, I'm going down to the pub for 3 or 4 pints every evening. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But you're not creating something that will help you to move forward. You're not finding out how entrepreneurs think. What books are you reading? What maybe YouTube channels are you watching? So to become like an entrepreneur, to create the wealth that you want, we need to be able to emulate the person that already has that. It doesn't mean that we have to do the exact same career that they have. It could be completely different, but you can emulate the habits, the disciplines, the skills, the consistency that each and every one of them have. And today, with the presence of YouTube and with the presence of so many internet tutorials, there's really no excuse for any of us to be able to get wealthier, to create the financial freedom that we truly want in our life. So really what I'm trying to state here is that, how do the wealthy of this wonderful world think and act? If you want to get yourself to that place of financial freedom, what are your desires? Have you even written down what you truly want in your life? Now, to get to the place of financial freedom, there's a few things that you're going to have to do. But firstly, you must think like an entrepreneur and you must act like an entrepreneur. So do you ever take the time each week or maybe, each day even, just for a few minutes to say, I wonder how this particular entrepreneur would think and act today? And slowly but surely, when you start to think and act like that, all your different actions throughout that day are thinking and acting like an entrepreneur should and would do. So think about entrepreneurs that probably we know in the media today, like the likes of Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, just some names come off the top of my head. You all know somebody that you truly admire and someone that you truly would love to emulate. But how do they think and act? Could you see your life as an entrepreneur that could affect the lives of maybe hundreds, thousands, millions of people, like those aforementioned people that we've mentioned a few minutes ago? You could create something so phenomenal that it could change mankind in what you've created. And not alone that, by solving people's problems and by having a team of people around you or many people employed, you're also creating huge benefits for their families by paying away a salary. So there's huge benefits to entrepreneurship. But you must understand that wealthy entrepreneurs think long term. Most wealthy entrepreneurs will think 5, 10, 20 years ahead. So ask yourself, if you were to die in 20 or 30 years' time, what would your legacy be? Would you have created something that would benefit your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren? Would it benefit the employees within your company? So that when you're long gone, everyone else is benefiting from your wonderful creation. So what's your vision? And how would you look at it? And also look at the different charities that could benefit from the philanthropy that you can provide. It's phenomenal when you think about it. So this is the way different entrepreneurs think and the way they act. They're always looking forward. It's very, very important to think like that. Another statement that I heard, which kind of blew me away a few years ago when I heard it the first, was that the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. Actually, I said that incorrectly. You only get paid in proportion for the problem that you solve. Therefore, the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck that you receive. So now you need to think and act like a problem solver. So right now, do you see yourself as somebody who can solve problems? Do you see yourself as somebody who can make an impact in somebody's life, or even to serve the multitudes with what you've created? So it's important to understand, and also in this process, that we need to be humble and not too self-consumed. It's really important to remember that. So when you work out a solution to help others, then you create a process that can take the hardship out of teaching other people. You really simplify it, and then you can optimize it, and then you can monetize it as you go along. But I think the first thing that you need to be able to do is say, could I teach this to a 10-year-old? What we're really trying to do on this road to financial success is, by teaching others, we want to be able to take away the bumps and take away the creases of the financial formula that you've discovered. And when you're selling it to your clients, that they find it incredibly easy to understand and that they can replicate what you've done. You're showing them the way, you're showing them the light towards that financial success. Now, we've all heard before that there's many types of businesses, but in my opinion, there's two types of businesses. One is a product-based business and the other one is a service-based business. Now, for years, I was in the service-based business, and I enjoyed what I was doing. The only thing was I wasn't getting the time freedom that I truly desired. All my time was being pumped into this, and I wasn't getting the financial reward that I also needed. So I was losing out on the financial reward, and I was also losing out on the time. And that was in my service-based business. And in the service-based business that I was in, it was like an anchor being tied at the bottom of the sea. I was just being dragged along, and I was trying to multitask and do so many things for everyone else, but I wasn't truly benefiting myself. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a service-based industry. We all know hundreds of service-based industries that are incredibly successful. But for me, it wasn't truly my identity. I found that through mentorship, and it's very, very important if you're really on that path to discovery, to go to somebody who you feel can be a phenomenal mentor to help you out. But through the mentorship program that I went through, I discovered that the product-based service that I was able to provide created the freedom that I wanted, and it was mainly time freedom that I needed to be able to be with the people that I love, do the things that I truly want to do. But the benefit from that also was the financial freedom that it created for me as well. But you need to ask yourself in those areas that when you start to focus on, that entrepreneurial spirit, how can you serve other people? Because it's all about serving other people. It's not about serving yourself. Serving other people is what it should be about. How can you bring value to other people? Ask yourself the following questions, which is really important. How can I serve better? How can I enhance my product? How can I make my product better? And I learned a great line from the late, great Bob Proctor before, and he stated that, can you leave those who you encounter with an impression of increase? And remember, no business can thrive without its clients. Every single business needs its clients. It's all about relationships that we build. So these are all the entrepreneurial skills that we're trying to build up as we create that financial freedom, that wealth that we truly want in our lives. But we also need to look as well as what language are we using each and every day. The language that we use is, in my opinion, is incredibly critical. It is critical. You tend to find that a lot of people will come along and you'll ask them, how are you getting on? And they'll say, I'm doing grand, I'm above ground, I'm average. But that's a load of crap, because if somebody came to me with that attitude, I'd run a million miles to them. I wouldn't want to do anything with them. For me, the first thing when somebody greets me and says, Brian, how are you getting on? My automatic line says, I'm powerful. Because I truly believe that we've been created by God Almighty and that we're His highest and greatest form of creation. So of course I'm going to be powerful, or I'm fantastic, or I'm in really great form. First thing that you're doing is, by that greeting, you're creating that positive impact with the client that you're meeting. You're leaving any element of doubt being cast away. It's really, really important that we start to use the language in a very critical way. And that is all about that attitude, which we'll talk about at a later date. And lastly, I think that we need to be able to take passionate action in everything that we do. It must be passionate, because you must love what you do. You've often heard people saying that it doesn't feel like work when you truly love what you do. But you want to be able to take action so that you can teach and serve the multitudes. Entrepreneurs think about people on a daily basis, on an hourly basis. They serve others. And in return, the client will always support you. Anyways, this video comes to an end. I hope it's been a huge benefit to those that have watched it. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if there's anything that I can help or assist you with. And I hope and wish everyone a great day. God bless. Thank you.